Alright, so I'm on my way to Best Buy to compare the prices of the PCs there to the PCs online. As you know, the PC prices have been pretty high lately, so let's go check it out. Okay, so we are now at Best Buy, and I've already found an HP Omen PC. It has an i5 7400, 8GB of memory, a 1TB hard drive, and a GTX 1060, 3GB. So this is an NVIDIA GTX 1080 for $550. That seems to be MSRP, but we do not know, so we'll look at that later. And then there's also an EVGA 1070 Ti that's out of stock for $510. There's also this 1050 Ti for $210. That seems a little bit expensive, but we'll check it out. And then there's also a few cards out of stock, which is an NVIDIA 1070 for $400, an EVGA 1080 for $580, and then down here would be an MSI 1050 Ti for $230, and then the 1070 down here would be $490, which is a PNY one. I don't know if that's a good price or not, we'll check it out. And then there's a PNY 1060 for $270. And then there's a 1050 Ti 4GB for $200. And then also here's an RX Vega 56. Even though it's FXX, that is the normal price, but it's like $200 overpriced. You can find a normal Vega 56 for like $500. And then here's a 580 for $430. That seems pretty normal, but I'm not sure. And then there's another 580 for $400. And then down here we have, where the hell is it? It has an 850 power supply for that. Okay, we're just gonna ignore that one. And there's an RX 570 for $320. And then there's an out-of-stock RX 560 for $150. And then there's an RX 550 for $120. And then down here's the 1070 Ti from PNY for $560. And a 1050 Ti MSI for $230. Alright, so that does it for the GPUs. So right here we found an Ibuypower desktop that's $1,800. It has an i7 8700K, 16GB of RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and 240GB SSD with a GTX 1080 Windows 10. There's also this PC over here, really good value. It has a
Just keep going.
Okay. Has a Ryzen 7 1800X, 16GB of memory, a 1TB hard drive, and a 256GB SSD, and an RX 580. So right here we have an Alienware desktop with an i7 7700, 16GB of RAM, a 2TB hard drive, and a 256GB SSD, and a GTX 1080. It's also 1760. So we're gonna go home, compare the prices, and we'll be back to you. So now that we're back from Best Buy and have all the prices, we'll start off by comparing the GPU prices. So what we'll start off with first is the Founder Edition cards. So both the 1080 and 1070 there were the same as the MSRP price on the NVIDIA website, which is $550 and $400. So now we're gonna look at the EVGA card prices. Okay, so for the 1080 at Best Buy it was $580, and on Newegg it was $550, which means it's $30 more to buy at Best Buy than it is at Newegg. So the 1070 Ti was $510 at Best Buy, while it was $570 on Newegg, which is a $40 price difference. So the 1050 Ti was $210 at Best Buy, and on Newegg it was $200, which is a $10 difference. So moving on to the only MSI card on the list, which is a 1050 Ti Gaming X, which is $230 at Best Buy and $230 on Newegg, so the price was the same. So we will now move on to the P and Y cards on the list. Alright, so the 1070 Ti was $560 at Best Buy and $480 online, which is an $80 difference. Then the 1070 was $490 online, which is the exact same as the Best Buy price. And then the 1060 was $270 at Best Buy, and it's $30 cheaper than any other online price. And then the 1050 Ti was exactly the same as other online prices. Alright, now for the XFX cards. Alright, so the RX 580 was $430 at Best Buy, while it was $300 at Newegg, which is a $130 difference. The biggest difference on the list. So then we have the 570, which is $320 at Best Buy and $290 on Newegg, which is a $30 price difference. So now we have the 560, which is $150 at Best Buy and $160 online, which means it's $10 less to buy it at Best Buy. Alright, so the 550 was $130 at Best Buy and $160 at Newegg, which means it's $30 cheaper to buy at Best Buy than it is at Newegg. So we'll now move on to the PCs. Okay, so the HP Omen PC, which was $830, had an i5 7400, 8GB of RAM, a 1TB HDD, and a GTX 1060 3GB. And I pieced together this PC part picker list with similar parts, and it turned out to be $760.60, which is about a $70 difference. As you can see, it's not so bad, but I'd recommend just going with the PC part picker list. Alright, so moving on to the Ibuypower PC. So this PC was $1,800 and had an i7-8700K, 16GB of RAM, a 1TB HDD, and a 240GB SSD, and a GTX 1080. And then the PC comparable to it was $1,711.39, which is an $88.61 difference. So next up we have the Dell PC, which was $1,100, and it had a Ryzen 7 1800X, 16GB of RAM, a 1TB hard drive, and a 256GB SSD, and an RX 480. And the PC comparable to it was $1,248.24, which means the Dell PC is $148.24 cheaper than the PC part picker one. Then finally we have the Alienware PC, which was $1,758. It had an i7-7700, 16GB of RAM, a 2TB HDD, and a 256GB SSD, and it had a GTX 1080. And the PC comparable to it was $1,663.12, which is about a $95 difference. So as you can see, there was a few good deals in there, but other than that, the prices weren't so great, so I'd recommend buying online, unless if you're going for the Dell PC. Thanks for watching, and this is Nick's Hardware signing off.